Good morning, dear students. Hope you are fine. So let's start a new topic. Uh, in previous lesson, in previous class we have learned about asexual reproduction in plants. Today we are going to learn about sexual reproduction in plants. They are mainly categorized uh, uh, reproduction in plants mainly categorized in two ways, sexual and asexual reproduction. We have learned in previous lesson asexual reproduction and the different type of asexual reproduction. Today we are going to learn about sexual reproduction in plants. When we talk about sexual reproduction in plants, so a certain part of the plant is a reproductive structure. So flower is the main reproductive part of the plant. In sexual reproduction, flower is the main reproductive part of the plant. So in this topic, so we are entirely cover the structure and what is sexual reproduction and structure of flower and all the things. So what is a flower? First of all, we should know that what is a flower. So flower is an attractive, colorful part of the plant, and it is a modified form of shoot as well as it help in reproduction in plants. So flower is the main reproductive part of the sexual reproduction. So this is a structure of a flower. It is the overall structure of a flower. So there are different part of the flower. I have mentioned in a whiteboard. You can see that ovary, style, stigma, anther, filament, and here stalk, thalamus. This is stalk, S-T-A-L-K, stalk. So these are the main part of the plant. So you can see that this is the down portion of the flower. So stalk is a axil of the flower. What is this? Stalk is a axil of the flower. It holds the flower in a plant. Stalk is the axil of the flower. And you can see a green color when we observe a flower. So you can see a swollen part of the flower, green color swollen part of the flower. That is called what? Thalamus. What is that? Thalamus. So thalamus is the swollen part of the flower. And you can see that there is a two leaf-like structure found in the flower. So these are the two leaf-like structure. It is called sepal. What is that? Sepals. These are the two sepals. Sepal is the green leaf-like structure of the flower. So when we talk about what is the function of the sepal, actually sepal protect the flower. So how can it protect the flower? So flower is a very huge structure, and even sepal is a small structure. When the flower was bud, actually the sepal is what? Protect it. The sepal is protected. So sepal protect the buds of the flowers. Buds of the flower when it was young. And next part is what? Colorful part of the flower. Colorful part of the flower. So colorful part of the flower is called what? Petals. What is that? Petals. Petal is the colorful part of the flower. So it is you can see different colors of petals in different flowers. So blue, green, yellow, orange. There are different colors of petals. So first one is what? Stalk. It is the axil of the flower. Thalamus. It's a green swollen part of the flower. Sepal. It is leaf-like green leaf-like structure, and petal is the colorful part of the flower. So these are the outermost part of the flower. When we go inside the flower, so there is a two part. Actually, this is the male and female part of the flower. Male and female part of the flower. So inside the flower, you can find that there is a structure. So this is the stigma, and this is the style, and this is the ovary. It is the female part of the flower. What is that? Female part of the flower. Actually, what are the female part of the flower? Stigma, style, ovary. Stigma, style, ovary. Actually, the tube-like structure between the ovary and stigma is called what? Style. Style is what? Tube-like structure between the ovary and the stigma. The exposed part of the what? Style is called what? Stigma. This is the exposed part. Exposed means what? It is exposed to the outside. And inner part of the what? Female reproductive organ is called what? Ovary. That is the ovary. And next, male reproductive part of the flower. So you can see that there is a structure found in the flower. So this is the anther and this is the filament. Actually, these two are the male reproductive part of the flower. So stigma, style, ovary is what? Female part of the flower. It is altogether called carpel. It's altogether called what? Carpel. And male part is stamen. Stamen contains anther and filaments. So anther and filaments together called stamen. So these are the structure of the plants. So female part of the flowers are stigma, style, ovary. It's all together called carpel, and male part of the flower is called what? Anther and filament. So when we talk about female part of the flower, so the tube between stigma and ovary is called styla. Style, exposed part is called stigma, and the inner part is called what? Ovary. Actually, ovary contains ovule, which is the female gametes. Female gametes. So the ovule is what? Found in ovary. Ovule is found in ovary. And when we talk about male part of the flower, anther and filament is the male part of the flower. It's altogether called stamen. It's altogether called stamen. And the stamen, in the anther contains, anther is what? Uppermost part of the filament. It is bilobed structure. Bilobed structure. Bilobed means two lobes, right? Like structure. Bilobed structure. It is anther. This is the anther. This is the bilobed structure. In this anther contains pollen grains. What is that? Pollen grains. So actually pollen grains are found in pollen sac. Pollen sac means this is the anther. It's divided into 4 pollen sac. So inside the pollen sac there is pollen grains. It is the male gametes. What is that? Gametes. It is the male gametes. It is ovule is the female gametes and pollen grain is the male gametes. So these are the main part of the flower. Once again I am going to explain. So please listen. It is the stalk which holds the plant properly, and even it is the axil of the plant, axil of the flower. And the thalamus is the one swollen green part of the flower, and there is a 2 leaf like structure is called what? Sepal. It protect the buds of the flower, and colorful part of the flower is called what? Petal. So there are different colors of petals found in different flower, and there are mainly female and male reproductive part is present in the flower. So female part of the flower is called what? Stigma, style, ovary. So this is altogether called carpel. Carpel is found in the flower, so it is the female part, and the tube between ovary and stigma is called style. Exposed part is called stigma, and inside the ovary there is a ovule. Ovule is what? female gametes. And when we talk about male reproductive parts, stamen is the main male reproductive part of the flower. It contains anther and filament. Filament hold the anther, and anther is a bilobed structure. It contains pollen sac. The pollen sac contains pollen grains. Pollen grains are the male gametes, which is help in what? Reproduction in plants. Pollen grains are yellow, or it is what? Whitish color you can found in the flower. So this is the overall structure of a flower.